we ready for today's topic?
Yeah.
All right, today's topic is, should getting a divorce be just as hard as getting married?
Is getting married hard?
Wait.
No.
I think you mean the opposite.
I think you mean the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yes.
So getting married be as hard as getting divorced?
Yes.
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 Or getting divorced be as easy
Easy
getting
as,
married?
yes,
Yeah,
that's it.
Because
Yes.
it's pretty easy to get married.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's
take
like
much.
$75 and a couple witnesses, and that's it.
I think it should be a little bit harder to get married.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty big deal, and just like I don't have any firsthand experience, but I've heard the divorce process is pretty ugly, or can be ugly. And it
Yeah.
just makes lawyers a bunch of money and a
Mhm.
bunch of legal stuff with that. Well, it seems like
Right.
So what should you do?
I don't really know.
Okay.
Like a waiting period?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
if they- I think,
Is there a wedding?
I feel like there
I'm not
needs
sure.
I think they're
For what? Marriage or divorce?
married.
For marriage.
Okay. I don't know. That's what
I was
I'm
like-
saying.
Yeah, I don't know how
Some,
they.
some of you courthouse types, how hard is it to get married at the courthouse?
It's not hard at all. All you gotta do is just call. I don't even know if we called ahead. Maybe we
Do you
did.
need to show up?
We just showed up. They just said that we had to have $75 and a witness, a couple witnesses. That was it. But it was really easy. But
Pretty
then
low bar.
But then getting a divorce, though, I mean, they said some states they make you. It takes years, and it's expensive. You can lose half of everything.
Isn't a lot of the
everything.
divorce stuff have to do with like splitting of assets
Yes.
Mhm.
in jointly held
Yes.
names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have personal experience either.
So I guess maybe it seems like that having like joint names on things
Yeah.
seems like a big barrier.
Yeah, I swear, this is what I've been saying for years. There needs to be a marriage insurance. That the spouse doesn't even have to know that you have it.
Talk with them.
You have insurance where you pay into it, and if something goes wrong with your marriage, they cover you. It's, say you lose half your assets with your partner or whatever, the insurance will cover the loss.
Isn't that kind of like a prenup?
Yes, but the problem with the prenup is your spouse knows about it, and that can be kind of awkward. That can be like, well, why do you need a prenup? Do you think something's going to go wrong? It's kind of that, but like if you do insurance on the it's kind of like life insurance, but only it's marriage insurance.
It's a hidden prenup.
It's a hidden prenup.
Pretty much.
So wouldn't that, if
Well, I guess it
one
doesn't.
spouse found out about such thing, I feel like that wouldn't end well.
That is very true, but I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like that would be wise though, because
Isn't that a hidden behind the scenes? Isn't that what would be the word in here? Like
Pessimistic?
very much pessimistic. But isn't that
listen,
starting your marriage off
You're expecting it.
on the wrong foot?
You're already playing if it doesn't.
Right.
It's not going to work out.
Yeah, and then not only
I
that,
know.
Yes.
you're lying to your partner on top of it.
That is bad too.
So,
listen.
the whole having a prenup is fine. Whatever you do, you. If that's what you think you need to have, and you're both of you parties sign it and you agree to it. That's fine. That's your marriage, right? You know about it.
Yeah.
But you're talking about something hidden, and then now that's the basis of your marriage.
Dude,
I don't think that's going to end well.
I swear,
to begin
you know
with.
what? You should always look after yourself. I get it. I understand. Like, okay, yes, that's not really good to start off a marriage, but what's the divorce rate nowadays?
No idea.
A lot of every
Half,
couple,
isn't it?
every
Give or take.
couple is happy as can be when they get married. That's why they're getting married. Doesn't stay that way. Does not stay that way. And a lot of times it ends in disaster. Somebody loses half of everything or all of it, and it's nasty. It's just expensive, and it's just terrible.
I don't know. The married folks in here might agree. Marriage is hard sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, so agree.
Yeah.
It's hard. There are
Yeah.
days it's hard. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that, like, if you go into it and you're not convinced, you will be the exception to the ones that don't make it.
You shouldn't be getting married.
You
Yeah.
don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Like if
You
you're
don't
not
stand
going
a
in with
chance.
blinders on, we are
Right.
going to
Yeah.
make it. You don't
Right.
stand a chance.
You don't. Not at all. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know. I mean, that is just the mind state that you have. But like I said, I don't think it's always a bad thing just to be on the safe side. That doesn't mean you think anything
I
negative.
think it impacts how you view the marriage, though. I really would think it would impact because you always feel like you already are going in thinking you have a way out.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel
If you won't learn how to swim, you burn the boat.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like if you were brought up that way, if you were like kind of like why do we train for or we practice safety for fires? Do we expect a fire to happen? No, but it might happen.
So like
So
marriage is like a fire.
a fire could break out at any time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
At any time.
Sometimes in a good way.
So there's these.
So, I mean, why do we have fire training if we don't
Like, what do we wear
expect there to
seatbelts?
be a fire?
Why do we wear seatbelts?
Why do we wear seatbelts if we don't expect there to be an accident?
That's a fair point.
I was gonna say, and
Right, but I also
Are-
know that I'm putting that seatbelt on,
Mhm.
so there's a difference.
It's not really hidden fact.
There's no
Like, don't see
hidden
put the
fact.
seatbelt on.
Yeah, but the
Right.
thing is with the prenup, see that they can know about the insurance, they can know about it. But see, with the prenup though, is they also have to sign the insurance. They wouldn't have to sign. They can know about it, but they don't have to sign.
but don't you pay
It's
for
still-
Do you pay for a prenup?
What's that?
No, I mean, it's
So,
lawyer
Like
fees.
lawyer stuff.
So
Lawyer
you would have to
fees.
pay for
Lawyer
marriage.
documents.
It's more
Oh.
beneficial if you have a lot to lose. If you are a rich person,
Well, I
celebrity.
feel like then you would have a prenup anyway.
And the
Yeah.
premium
Yeah.
would be outrageous because it'd be so unpredictable over long term. People marry 30
Yeah.
years and get divorced.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
Actually,
feel like if you have a lot to lose, I just feel like. Because, I just feel like maybe, I don't know, people just need that. Because, there's a lot of people that go through multiple marriages and they have nasty divorces. And they are kind of like, okay, well, I don't want to go through that again. But I don't want to, but this person wants to marry me. What do I tell them? Do I not get married because I'm afraid of something bad might happen? How about I just get this insurance? That'll take care of that if something does go wrong. And now I can just mind at ease marry this person.
Would that be better or worse or the same as keeping some money hidden with only your name on it?
Probably the same. It's kind of the same concept, isn't it?
Kind of.
Probably so.
Yeah. But I guess it just depends on. Yeah, it's about the same. I don't know what the difference would be.
I have money my husband doesn't know about. Well, he
Well,
knows about.
see?
He knows about. He knows it's there. He
Mhm.
doesn't know how much it is.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't know. I just think I'm surprised that that's not a thing. But it might be one day. You heard it here first.
I think it'd be extremely hard, like the actuarial sciences of trying to figure
Yeah.
out the divorce rate
Mhm.
based on the factors when you get married,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
before you get married or something. I think would be so hard to figure out.
Yeah. I just think I don't know. When it comes to like should getting a divorce be or getting married just be as
Difficult.
difficult as getting a divorce? I don't know because there's a lot of circumstances where people want to get married like real quick. Like say someone's going off in the military, like boom, they're getting deployed, got to get married. Or
Yeah.
say someone's expected to die, they don't got very long to live, but they want to get married or whatever.
Does that make it jaded? To make it more difficult to get married?
Mm,
Kind of.
yeah. I feel like there needs to be protection. I don't think it should be harder. I think if you want the protection, you don't always have to. Not everybody has to get it. Not everybody's the same. Some people have great luck, but some people have been burned. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like there should be protection. I don't think it should be harder.
What about the unmarried?
Yeah, you guys are
pretty
quiet.
indifferent.
Yeah.
I don't care. Get married.
Well, or you could just join the rest. Well, what is it? The millennials and they're not getting married at all anymore. Isn't like the marriage
With
numbers
marriage,
like
lower
way
birth
down?
rate,
Like no
we
one's
need
even,
longer for kids.
right. So this
Well,
makes
it's not cheap to exactly to get a job and get married and have a kids and buy a house all by 23 anymore. It's not realistic. So
yeah.
No, not anymore.
Right. So I guess it's really not that big of a deal if people aren't getting married. So
And what kind of things would be in place to make it harder to get married?
and that's and to make it fair for everybody. I don't know.
There used to be like a waiting period. I don't know. Because there used to be like blood tests that you had to
Yeah,
do.
I've
and-
heard of those.
Yeah, I don't know if there is anymore in any state. I don't know. I don't know anybody else's laws. I don't keep up with
Mhm.
state laws
Like
or
a
county
vote.
laws. What's up?
Why? I was wondering why you need a blood test. I think
Some
I
of
know
it had
why.
to do with like your blood type, make sure you were compatible, kind of thing.
I've heard too, like make sure you're not related. By
That
the way,
too.
like, your
That's
second
the
cousin.
other one.
That's what I was thinking.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
I think in Illinois
For
you
blood
have to.
type?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. There's like the whole positive negative thing.
Hmm.
That's like A-fold, B-fold.
Maybe that's a
like,
thing.
Not
Yeah, I didn't really
anything.
know
I've never
that.
heard
Now
that.
they just give you a blood test when you get pregnant and kids and such. But
Yeah.
I think in the state of Illinois you have to wait 24 hours. You get your marriage license.
Yeah.
In 24 hours, you can get married.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was 26
I do remember that now.
years ago. That's what I did.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. And I don't know how you would make, a lot of cases, to make someone commit to something, you make them put down a deposit. Therefore, like, and you lose it if you back out.
Marriage deposit.
Or
Like
yeah,
deposit.
like a marriage deposit. But I don't know if that really works for marriages. But maybe there needs to be some sort of marriage deposit.
That
We're
sounds
like,
a lot like a prenup.
Is that like
yeah, but
If you don't follow
Well,
some particular set of rules, you lose your deposit.
yeah, that's true.
Jaded.
You lose your. Or, however, though, if you get married 10 years, you get your deposit back, and you get to go on a vacation.
Or a reward system the longer
your
you're
reward
married.
system? There we go.
Yeah, we need bring on a reward
Who's
system for
paying
staying
for
married.
this?
I think that would make marriage more fun if there was a reward system.
You get
Yeah.
points.
Well, there
Like,
are
let's
people
see.
that get married to kind of like what is it like
Well, I mean, there are benefits to being
yeah.
married. It's easier, you know.
the dual income is actually pretty nice.
Well, there's
But you don't
tax
need- You don't
credits.
need to be married for
Right.
dual income, though.
There's tax credits.
Yeah, and tax credits.
Just a lot of
Yeah,
times,
that's a lot of what it is.
Yeah,
A lot of places like medical benefits, things
Yeah.
like that.
hmm
But otherwise, yeah, you can have dual income and not be married.
yeah,
They live
Yeah.
with their
Well, same bank account, everything.
right.
hmm
I don't know if you do, but yeah, I know you do.
yeah.
You live together, so that's
Yeah.
I feel like making it hard because I do feel like there's a lot of people that get married when they probably should, like the shotgun weddings and stuff like that. Like, that wasn't really a shotgun wedding. When I think of a shotgun wedding, I think of two people that just met at 2 a.m. and are married by 5 a.m.
like in Vegas.
in Vegas. That's what I think of shotgun wedding.
that's a drunken fest.
Yeah,
That's a little different.
that's what I'm referring to. Like now, those are kind of like really, but
A lot of times those be annulled.
I don't know
Yeah.
the statistics, but is there like a correlation with like how long you're together before you get married?
I don't know.
I don't know if there really
I
is or
want to
not.
know what that is though. If
Yeah.
there is one, I bet there is a statistic.
Like if
out
you-
there.
The long age is like you have to be some sort of like you have to like a month waiting period to we intend to get married or something like
I
that.
don't know if that would
Mhm.
actually change anything.
If that was anything or not.
You're very different when you're 18, 21, 23,
Mhm.
30, 40.
hmm
You're deep
43.
in lust.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're very different.
Mhm.
yeah.
I think the success of marriage is growing together.
hmm I think it's just different for everyone
Aw.
because there's people that will.
Swing gag a little.
There are
Vomit.
people that have been together for like maybe a month, but then they'll end up being married for 50 plus years, and then there's
Not a
pe-
month.
yeah, and then
Short.
there's people that
We
will
got engaged after 2 months.
yeah, there's
Right.
people that were like they were boyfriend and girlfriend for 7 years, engaged for another 8
We
years,
have a
but
family
then
member.
divorced by marriage year number 3.
We have a family member. They were together for a long time.
Yeah,
They weren't married very long.
yeah. So it really, I feel like there is no way to tell how.
Short engagement, somewhat short engagement.
hmm
Young. I was young. My parents had to sign his cost $1.50 extra.
$1.50.
Yeah,
Right? For my mom to sign me away to Matt, my
Right.
husband. Cost $1.50 ever.
yeah.
Extra. $26.50. Because the marriage license then were $25.
And I don't know. Do you think making marriage harder? Do you think that might mess with the equality of things? Like maybe not fair to a certain class,
If you put like
or not fair to like
if you put dollar amount on it, probably.
yeah.
Like more expensive.
Yeah, if you
marriage
make it
license.
more expensive, or like, because what if poor people they barely have enough money to,
Finance
finance.
Klarna?
Yeah.
Klarna?
Yeah,
Pay this off in
and
4
maybe
months.
it's like marriage or love should always be free, and it should always be
Love
nothing
should
that
always
you
be
buy, but you get protection in case it goes wrong.
No.
Love should always be free.
Yeah,
You're right. I don't think love should cost.
yeah.
Love should
Oh.
not cost.
But however, though, if it goes wrong, you got that marriage
Oh,
insurance that will
Ben.
come right. Come.
That's so cheating.
Okay, that is gonna be a thing. I promise. It won't be started by me, but someone will get on Shark Tank and pitch that idea.
Oh boy.
All right, I don't have anything more on this.
Yeah.
I think harder, but I don't really know why.
Yeah.
Or like how. I don't really know how.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it alone, I guess.
leave
I'm
it
just
alone.
gonna leave it alone because it's not my business what
People
someone
get
else
married.
does.
All right, well, that
It
settles
doesn't
it.
affect me. What you do in your marriage doesn't affect me.
Yeah.